I want to into um where you were growing, as a child. Like, what was your birth name, by the way? What was your birth name?
It was uh J. I'll just say J. I don't want to put my full gov out there. I just say J for short. But how did I become Miss Stevie? How did I discover something different about myself in the beginning stages, the beginning journey of my life, growing up down here? And Faith,
In
we're
South
both
Carolina?
mid South. So I
Yes,
grew
South
up in
Carolina, right?
Fairburg, South Carolina.
Hmm.
Yes. And it was very, very difficult down here. Of course, the South is the Bible Belt, and you have religion, you have organized religion, and it's difficult growing up down here, discovering yourself as black, as gay, or non-binary, or whatever. So for me, it was 13 years old when I discovered that something was very different about myself. And the journey ahead has not been easy. Yes. Oh, yes, my baby, that picture.
Yeah, yeah, and I want to get into that. Let me get into this first one right here. So, you said that you knew at that time, but I'm gonna pause there because I want to go back a little further. And how did you go up? Like, did you go up in a single parent household, two parent household? Did you grandparents, aunties, uncles? Like, how, what was your household dynamic like?
Ooh, okay. A two-parent household. Of course, you've heard me say it on the show. My father was a Marine vet. My mom worked. She did odd jobs. She helped take care of people and things. And my grandmother, we had to take care of her. She has her own place. So growing up with, let's see, four brothers and two sisters, and each and every one of us have our own personality. So in the picture in the top left hand corner, yes, the left hand, yeah, left hand corner, the red. I was 9 years old in that picture, and I dug through the archives to find it. I said, okay, let's let people see my journey. So that person in that picture right there, that little baby, did not know that she walking into her own was going to be the force to be reckoned with that you guys see today, and you tune in every Monday through Friday to see. And then the one right there was when I want to say I was like in high, I was still just graduated out of high school. So I want to say in my 20s. And that's when I knew like
In your
fully
20s?
that something was on. The birth of Style by Stevie came from that picture right there. Because I
Okay.
started it right after high school.
Right
So
after
in the
that. Okay.
beginning
Oh,
stages,
wow.
yeah. But I'm gonna go back to the beginning of what you said. I
Yes.
want to touch on the one in the red photo because I was teased a
Yes.
lot growing up. I knew something was different, and a lot of queer children can attest to that. Growing up being teased because you're different, growing up because you feel like you're not enough or you're not valid. And I'm gonna be completely and transparent here with my girl Faith because she asked, and y'all know I'm gonna keep it real. It was not easy. I mean, growing up in South Carolina down here, I've had to battle homophobia, transphobia, but most importantly, racism. Like, I can remember
Mm.
a time my mom, she told me a story about they had a Klans meeting in front of the courthouse. Yes,
Ooh.
girl.
Ooh.
And the police had to protect the people away from the Klans people. This is years ago. And my mother told me this. And then, of course, you guys know about the Stoner Rebellion that happened
Right.
down here in
Right.
South Carolina. So I'm like, okay, growing up, okay, black, gay, my mom would have the conversation with me. She's just like, why don't you try to get a girlfriend? I said, no, mommy, that's not what I want. And then she asked me, because you're coming out, you're coming into your own. She said, do you like men? I said, yes. I said, yes. Just
Okay,
like
so
you.
yeah, I'm gonna get because
I'm,
I want to fast forward. Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna get to that one. Definitely got to get to that
yeah.
story. But okay, so this little boy right here, this is around the time, I always try to get into elementary and junior high school. So this is in between that time. You was in
Mm,
elementary school at that time. So what was this was the time when you were Jay. So what was Jay like? You say that you was teased, but were you shy? Were you reserved? Did you look up to anyone, or like between elementary and junior high school? What was it like? Did you have any extracurricular activities that you went part of, any clubs or anything like that?
I played soccer, surprisingly,
Soccer.
and a lot of people don't know this. Yes, and I have the
Wow.
picture somewhere. I have to dig in the
Yes, please put it
archives. I
up.
have so many
Yeah, I want to
childhood
see that.
pictures.
Yes. Put that up. Yes.
And I always have been an overachiever, AB honor roll student. That's as I got up in high school, always staying ahead. But this young person in this photo, Jay, and the red photo up top, I would say Jay was slowly but surely discovering who Jay was. And not only just slowly discovering who they were, but more importantly, trying to figure out, why am I different? Why am I being teased? Because every child that has been bullied asks themselves these questions, like, what is wrong with me? Why are people
Right.
constantly, you know, coming after me? But
Did you
I
get an
did cut up.
answer
I
from those
started
cruel
to,
kids?
no,
Yeah, of
no.
course not.
But I did get in a little bit of trouble in that young age right there, and I got a lot of discipline. But it molded me into what you guys see today. Because I had to do a lot of fighting, not physically
Yes.
fighting, but
Right.
just
Because you was
with
fed
my
up.
mouth.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but how about like, how was it trying to navigate through or fighting through all the bullying and dealing with trying to try to figure out how to navigate through academia? How were your grades?
Oh, I was failing. That's
You
third
was
grade in that
failing.
picture in the
Right,
red
right.
face. I was failing. I was failing behind because I wasn't paying attention. I was teased a lot. So, depression, going through a depression, having to suffer with that. And I've been open and candid about having anxiety on the show and depression, even with the current state that we're in, all of these things. I try to be as transparent with people as possible. But that young person in that picture, Jay, slowly coming into their own. As I got up in, I want to say middle school was when I started to buckle down and apply myself. And I was still teased. I was teased all the way up through grade school. But then when I got into high school was when I started. And I know you say you don't want to jump ahead, but middle
Right.
school was where I started to apply
Become
myself more.
yeah.
Become and apply myself more, buckle down, study. If I needed to ask a teacher for help, I would. And that's one thing about me at a young age, you're prideful. Like you don't want to ask anybody to help you try to get it from your own. And that's something that I've learned from, I want to say my dad, is that independence, coming into your own, slowly discovering, what do you want to do with your career in life? Because my brother went into the military. I decided to do fashion, and
Got it.
we'll get into that later because
Yeah,
she said she don't want
absolutely.
to fast forward.
Yeah. I know there's a lot to unpack. Like I said, because you have a lot of layers to you. So I want to make sure I get
Yeah.
everything. I want to get all of it. Yeah. So with Jay failing and having to who was who was with you in your journey towards overcoming that? Like, did you have a support system? I know you said that you had your parents around, but did they support you? Did you talk with them about what you was experiencing? Did any of the teachers try to aid you in trying to work on improving academically as well as helping you to navigate through the whole bullying process? Did they help you do that? Did they support you? Did they hold those kids accountable?
Absolutely. And I give a very
Okay.
special shout out to my principal. At the time, I think his name was Mr. Smith or Mr. Maxwell. Yeah, it was Mr. Smith, I want to say around that time because it was middle school and then high school was Mr. Maxwell. So a very special shout outs to them. It was like I was the apple of their eye. And if I got in
Okay.
trouble, it would disappoint them or whatever. But they were one of the ones that would hold the children that were bullying me accountable because I slowly became into my own of telling people, like, hey, this person is bothering me. This person will not leave me alone. I feel like I'm slighted. But I've always had a good rapport with my teachers, and most importantly, my mother than anything. There have been plenty of times my mom would have to come out to the school, parent teacher conferences, from me being picked on and things. And I can remember just that alone, having those dark thoughts in my head where it's just like, my God, why are these kids doing this to me? It's gotta be something off. So this is where I'm slowly, we're now going into middle school right here, right?
Yes.
13 years old and discovered who I am. And my mom asked me the big question: do you like
What time?
boys or girls? Have you ever
Mm,
tried to get a
yes.
girl? And I said, Mommy, that's not what I'm into. I think women are beautiful, but That's not in the cards for me. And at the time, my brother, he had a girlfriend or whatever. He's slowly coming up. Girls will come after him, and I'm just like, that's not what I'm into. She said, do you like men or do you like women? Do you like boys or girls? And I said, I love men. And she said, I'm not going to love you any less because you are my child. You are
Wow.
my child, and I'm not going to love you any less.
Because
You
she
came
knew.
for me. I was
Yeah,
the third born,
yeah.
third born Faith.
Out
And
of how
she
many?
said she, after this, yes. And she dropped a bombshell on me not too long ago, just recently, where it was like, she said, I didn't plan on having no more kids. I didn't plan on getting pregnant no more after your brother and your sister came before you. So here I am, this baby with these almond shaped brown eyes,
Yeah, you just
looking
came
up
out of
at
nowhere. You
her.
just came out
Like,
of nowhere.
yes, they say three times the charm. So here I am. I'm like, all right, mom, looking at her, like, where do we go from here? So middle school and then going into high school. High school was when, because I had to tone it down, but I did something bad. I colored my hair, and we'll dive into that later. That ties into fashion. But kids would tease me for that.
Of
And
course.
because I was different. And I went in and
Yes.
I tried to use black crayon. What is it? I couldn't remember what the spray, like the spray we have now, which is the topic. I said, oh
Yeah.
crap, I'm gonna have to use black crayon because my hair was like a fiery red color and the kids was teasing me about it. So I started coloring my hair in middle school. And then after that, as I came into high school, I'm like, okay, I'm fully out. I can dress however I want to. I can style myself however I want to. And I didn't really discover pronouns until after high school.
Right,
I didn't
right.
learn more about non-binary. I knew about trans and bisexual and homosexual, but I didn't really know anything about non-binary or pan until later
Until late,
after
right.
high school.
Because they're always
Yeah,
adding on. They're always adding on. But I just wanted to
yeah,
get back into when you was talking, when you was like transitioning into the more androgyny phase, I'm assuming, correct?
yes,
Yeah, right.
which is that
So
photo in the right. Yeah,
yeah, okay, there you okay, all right. Because I was thinking when you was talking about it, I was thinking about when I had Jade Morgan on and she was talking about how, she was, that self-discovery phase and how she was she started to dress a certain kind of way and she
yeah,
started to really get more into uh, owning what it is that she truly felt that she truly was. So it kind of put me in the mind of that. So I don't know if you saw it or not, but yeah, please make sure you check that out with Jade Morgan. Um but I also wanted to go back to the conversation you had with your mom because that's really poignant because a lot of parents, it's
yeah,
hard for them to receive, you know, your child being anything outside of what tradition says or the societal norms.
yeah.
So the fact that your mom knew already. Let's just be real. Your mom knew.
Woman's intuition, they know.
Yes, she knew.
Women instantly know these things. It comes to you right off the bat, so you can't hide it. My mom was like, you can try to lie. She said, don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. And she said, I'm not
It's
going to love you
yes.
any less.
Okay, and that's so important, and I think that a lot of parents and I know it's hard, it's not easy for parents to, accept that, from their children, because again, there's societal norms and what they're programmed to expect from the nuclear family, right? So, the fact that your
Yeah,
mom was able to embrace it and not only accept it, but she respects it, because there are 2 different things here. Because there's one thing to respect, but acceptance, totally different. So how did your father accept it?
we have a very rocky relationship. And this is the
Mm.
first time I'm being transparent here with Faith about it. We have a very rocky relationship. And I
Even
have a
until
brother that's
now?
gay. I have a, yes, with me being 32 years old, having independence over myself, over my autonomy, over all of these things, it drives him up a wall. And I have a brother that's gay. Surprisingly, people don't know that. But yes, my older brother,
Mm.
a part of the community. But he was just like, I can't deal with your type of gay. It's too extreme for me. As any
Ah,
father, they expect their boys to be gay and masculine.
that
That's one
right.
thing. But to be feminine or as Jade, and when you had your conversation with Jade or androgyny, which is okay, one part mask, one part feminine. When I think of androgyny or fashion, I think of Grace Jones. And I
Yes.
can remember when she did her interview with Joan Rivers. In that interview, if you go back and watch it, she said People can't tell sometimes if I'm a man or a woman. So she's a woman. She's a biological
Oh,
woman.
oh, oh, yeah, she's definitely
But
she's definitely a woman. Yeah.
fashion fashion should have no gender at all. It should be neutral. I mean, people
Yes,
can
it's
put on a dress.
universal.
Anybody can put on a dress or a suit or whatever. Who are you to tell somebody they can't dress a certain way? And him, the the other family member or parent, does not like that. So even till now, our relationship is very rocky. We do
Mm,
not have the best relationship. So it's like one minute we're up and then the next we're down. It's like, okay, either you're gonna accept me or not. But he's
right.
always had his favorites. Always had his favorites. I wasn't one of them, and it's because I look so much more like my mom than anything. My brother, who I said went into the army, looks just like me as well too. So it's like I have an identical twin. Yes, running around here. The only difference is if you take away the contour, the lashes, and all of that, you'll have
Got you.
another version
Totally
running
different.
around.
Totally right.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah. So you saying that you look because he resents you for looking so much like more like your mom. But I know there's some resentment for other reasons as well. So what are some other reasons why your father resents you, or does it find you or find you the least favorable?
I could say for one, my gender identity, how I identify, the femininity aspect of it, walking into my truth and not letting it be hidden. Whereas most parents, you're having to sneak who you are and hide who you are, your sexuality, your gender identity, and how you I want to identify because you don't want to, how can I say it? And I know a lot of queer people in the community can attest to this, which is I don't want to let my parent down. I don't want to be an embarrassment to them. I don't want to be deemed as a failure or a burden. And sometimes with him, that's how I feel sometimes, like a failure
Mm,
or a burden. But I'm just like, you're grown now. You have say so over your own life, over how you choose to walk and navigate in the world. All you can do is take the advice that he's given you. And that has helped mold me into the person you guys see today, which is that bold, unapologetic, outspoken woman that you guys see do Style by Stevie every single day.
absolutely.